today I'm going to be showing you how to subtract using a number line. So we have the equation 346 minus 287. When we look at the ones number, or the ones value in each of the three-digit numbers, we can tell right away that we will not be able to subtract 7 from 6, nor will we be able to subtract 8 from 4. So this equation is going to require us to use regrouping. We are going to be demonstrating how to count up to subtract using a number line. The first step you're going to want to do is plot both of your numbers on the number line. What I like to do when I have a number line that is only by increments of 10 or that is only counting by tens is to make a mark, a halfway mark between all of my numbers. This way I know that when I count, I'm going to be counting 280, 285, 290, 295, 300, 305, 310, 315, 320, 325, and so on. So the first thing we're going to do is plot about where we can find these two original numbers that we have. So when we move forward, I can see 346. I find my 340. I know that this middle number is 345, so I'm going to plot 346 about right here. My other number is 287. I know that this number in between is 285, so I'm going to plot a little further down to represent 287. Now what I am going to do is I am going to count the tens in between these numbers, the full tens that we have. So a full 10 would start at 290, and I'm going to make a hump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have a total of 50 humps that each have the value of 10. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to go to my 340, and I know that I have a hill. So these are my mountains and this is my hill, and my hill has a value of 5. Once I get there, I need to see from 345, how far am I from 346? So 346 minus 345 would be 1. So I have another little hill whose value is 1. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at 290. How far is 290, or what is the difference from 290 to 287? It is 3 with a value of 1. So I'm going to do 3 hills with each the value of 1. Now what's left to do is you simply add all of these values of the hills and the mountains together. So we have 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59. 346 minus 287 equals 59. This is simply a strategy that can be used. You can always do a standard algorithm. I know I can't minus 7 from 6, so I'm going to regroup. That'll change to a 3. And the 1 comes over here in the 1 section. 16 minus 7 equals 9. I can't subtract 8 from 3. So I'm going to do that again. that changes to a 2. 13 minus 8. Well, when we have 8, we count up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is how I check my work. 59 and 59. They are both the same. Therefore, my number line and the math I did with my number line is correct. Hello, today I'm going to be explaining how to round to the tens value. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you are going to want to find the place value that you are trying to round by. In this case, we are rounding by tens, so we would look at the number that's in the tens value spot. Then you look to the right and you circle the number that is to the right. If that number is 4 or below, the number that's underlined is going to stay the same. If the number is 5 or higher, the number to the left is going to move up by 1. So when we look at this ones place, we see that it is actually above 5. Higher than 5. So that would mean that we add 1 to the tens place. And then our ones place is going to change into a 0, and our hundreds place stays the same. So this number 346 would actually round up to 350. Now we are going to be rounding to the hundreds value. We look at the value that's going to be rounded. I underline it. Then I look to the right and I circle the number that is to the right. Again, if the number is 4 or below, the number would stay the same. If the number is 5 or higher, the number increases by 1. So since the number is 4 or below, it would stay the same. So the hundreds value in this case is going to stay the same. We leave it at 3. And then the rest of the values turn into zeros. So 346 would round down to 300. And we know this because if we were to put it on a number line, our two closest hundreds would be 300 and 400. Our midpoint would be 350. I would look and make an estimate of where that 346 would land. And if it's on the left side of the 350, then that means it would be closer to the 300. If it were to be on the right side, then that means it would be closer to 400. So in this case, we are correct. 346 would actually be closer to 300, which is why it rounds down to 300.